Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Culture Hub. These are the recording sessions of none other the worldwide African collab. We are celebrating this moment, our brothers of Jabali Afrika, who have been nominated for a Grammy. Some would say that it should have happened a long time ago, but it's never too late. So welcome to the show.
We have to count in different languages. That was Swahili, Spanish. Let's see what this Frenchman got. Are you ready, Frenchman?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's hear you. Brother Rayzak, you know how to count 1 to 5 in Somali? Can feel the vibe. Let's see.
Different melody, huh?
Yes. And now you are a new father. This is something gonna teach the king man. You know? Help me. Let's go. Come on. One more time, Wakaki, come on.
Achiela Rio Ade Kangwena Beach Wakwanuru Kendo
Moja mbili tatu nne tano hesabuni tena. Moja mbili tatu nne tano. Okay, we gonna count.
itatu inya itano tala
Yeah. Moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tano, hesabuni tena. Moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tano, hesabuni tena. So, anyway, Brother Rayzak.
Yeah, man.
see?
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. So sometimes we forget about like the things that our grandmothers used to tell us. This is a song that we were taught by our father. You know? Remember Justo?
Yeah,
When our
man.
father was teaching us how to count. This is how we learned
amazing,
how to
man.
count. Yeah.
We need our own Sesame Street, man.
Yeah. You know?
Where's the African Sesame Street?
Now we need to start
Now
one.
we need to start one.
Now we need to
one.
start one.
Yeah.
We need one.
So and that's how we realize these nursery rhymes are the ones that make us understand the language. And apart from that, we need to tell our stories.
Yes.
And we came up with an album called Hesabu Moja Mbili.
Yes.
And it was all about trying to diversify and amplifying black voices in family music, you know?
True.
So we've realized a lot of our kids,
Yeah.
you are a new father right now.
Yes, I
And
am.
there's so many things that you want to teach your little man, you know?
Yes.
And I don't think you're going to depend on TV to teach your bride.
No.
The
No,
little
not
man.
at all.
Exactly.
Not at all.
So, and we realize in Africa, if you look at the whole setup, most of our kids are being raised with content and imagery that doesn't reflect who they are.
This is so true. You know what's crazy? Sorry to cut you off. That today was a perfect example, right? My kid is not even a month old.
Yeah.
But it's my first one, so there's a lot of things I do not know. But I turned on the TV and I was like, you know what? What a good time to like get him started on like just sound.
Yes.
So I'm expecting to hear African sounds from the TV. So I'm
Yes.
like, let me go through these channels and find some Kenyan music that he can take in. And I go to the children's channel,
Wow.
and it's a UK program. And none of the characters are black.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I was running away from. And it followed me to Africa.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is a serious thing.
And it's,
right?
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with the idea of kids growing up with different sounds and all of that. But there's no reason that European children,
Yes.
without having anything to do with race, there's no reason why their way of learning is amplified everywhere in the world.
Yes.
Because a child in Kenya cannot relate to that.
Yes.
You
So
can't-
there's no
yes.
reason for it to be here other
Yes.
than for expats
Yes.
and for people who are, you know what I mean?
Familiar with that.
Familiar with that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
for the average Kenyan kid or, you know, whatever, wherever you're
Yes.
from and you're in the continent, you should have an option to actually like count in whatever country you're in.
Yeah, that's very
And
true.
then leave alone that, just when you go back to like the Disney World characters,
Yeah.
most of them is like, they're cultural. If you look at it like Dora the Explorer, that's a Latin American story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in Africa, we don't have such kind of stories.
We don't.
They
Like,
exist. They exist.
Yeah,
They're
but we
not
have so many of
amplified.
them.
Yeah, they're there.
They're there.
They're there. Like,
Yeah.
look at, we don't have to react anytime Hollywood comes with The Lion King.
Yeah.
Because you see the Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata is Hakuna Matata, but it's Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata is something that came up and everybody ran with it.
Ran with it.
Africans should not be reacting every time there's things like that. We need to start doing our own Hakuna Matata here.
One story.
Because you cannot, sometimes I call it, you know, I can say it's cultural banditry. Because you cannot just pick up a phrase and then you don't give credit to where it came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you pick up a phrase, if it's from my language,
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata, you have to give credit where it came from.
Where it came
But
from.
also for Africans, we don't have to wait for these things to happen out there so that we can know this thing is special to us.
Yeah.
We need to start doing our own things the way we do our stuff culturally.
Yes.
Because cultures are different. We've gone all over the world, you know.
Yeah.
You sometimes you go somewhere, maybe in Australia,
Yeah.
you find like, yeah, these guys, they look like us, but they do some things differently.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing doing your thing differently.
Yeah.
And there's nothing inferior about it.
No.
We don't have to wait for Hollywood to do that.
No.
Then we
Not
pop
at all.
up and saying, oh, this used to be our story. We need to start telling our stories right away.
Right now. And that's the reason why when it's a Switch TV in Kenya, I need to see Kenyan content
I need to see
from
that,
my
man.
kids so that they can
Yeah.
grow and know where they come from.
Right.
When my kid sees a hero is, let's say, what's the stories like the Disney World's characters, you find that they come out growing like mentally thinking that kid that they saw on that show, because most of the time they create those kids' image in the images of the kids that they know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But there's no need to export that to places where you can't relate to.
Yeah, you can relate.
You know what I mean?
So like,
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you short.
Yeah,
I see you're wearing a Ziggy Marley shirt.
Yes.
When I was raising my kid is now 9, solo.
Right.
I didn't know there was a lot of music. I heard him singing Ziggy Marley's song,
Right.
but it was on a Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I even called Boozy. I told him, you know what? Solomon is singing some song. I don't know, and I heard it's like Ziggy, but when I looked at the credits,
Ziggy.
it was Ziggy.
Yeah, Ziggy has
And
a-
Solo, that time he was 3. He
Yeah.
was singing that song. I'm like, I didn't know there was a world that existed
Right.
of these kids, but you learn a lot because you're gonna be waking up at 6 with them.
Yeah.
And they want you to watch the programs with them.
Yeah.
I would have loved to watch something that originates from Africa because he's African and his origins are African.
Right.
I would like to have such things.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing part,
Yeah.
being a part in stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we'd like to tell our own stories, man, and listen to our own stuff. There's nothing wrong again listening to other people and learning about other people.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're going to maintain their respect.
Right.
When they grow up, we'll teach them how to respect other people, other races, and tell them there's nobody who's special than you before God. You know, everybody's equal before the eyes of God.
Yes.
Not to come here and starting to get pounded by some hero.
Let's
from
call it what it
somewhere.
is. It's brainwashing.
And his daddy, his hero is here. You know, you understand?
Now it reminds me, now that we talk about Ziggy, remind when Ziggy did Family Time, which was a very good album. And it was, I think he did a comic. And the comic, he called it Marijuana Man. You know?
Yeah.
You see, like, marijuana is looked at as, you know, they look at it as this bad thing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So anybody, we have that same mentality in Africa.
Right.
I think anybody who's smoking some weed is lost.
Yeah.
You know? So you say,
Not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
But alcohol messes up,
Yeah,
you know,
alcohol.
stuff.
Bro,
So,
it's worse.
It's worse.
And then, you see,
I don't see anybody getting killed by
weed.
No.
and I think that was a
Or
brilliant
a drunk
idea.
driver? Woo, better watch out.
Actually, they say I'm not a user, but they normally say it's a relaxant.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've come across guys that smoke that thing,
Yeah.
they're normally chilled.
Bro,
Very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
you start to philosophize. Now you're a philosopher. You're a philosopher. You get hungry, and then you sleep. That's it.
Yeah, man.
So, and that comes back now to people are wondering, okay, we've been nominated for this Grammy.
Let's talk about that.
We want to talk about
I think this is a great segue.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, somebody.
Break time.
Oh, break time.
Jiggling, jiggling, jiggling.
Jiggling.
Yeah.